This is like sort of a, I don't know, super villain meeting where it's like, this is really sort of like a great, I feel like if there was like a couple of clips that you needed to show to explain sort of the bizarreness of this era, would be these two people sort of surrogates fighting on behalf of their fathers. But also, like, that's the classic story, right? Like the Western is like, as a kid, I watched you kill my father.
Yeah.
And I grew up and I learned how to be a gunslinger. I came back for you. And here
Hello,
it's just
my
like...
name is Meghan McCain. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Exactly. And yet, here is sort of like a really more lackadaisical version of this, where it's like, you insulted my dad, and I'm really rich, and you're really rich, and we're here by really, we didn't have to do any of that, like, out in the woods, firing the gun and doing the, we didn't have to do any. I wasn't having to, like, you know, live like Batman in a cave and do training to avenge my parents' death.
No, but she got some really mean @replies.
Exactly. I just, the most I went through was like the idea that somehow I have to play a villain on TV to make money. But here they go at it. They brought Donald Trump Jr. and his girlfriend, what's her name?
Kim
Guilfoyle, formerly of Fox, on to The View. I'm not sure why they're both there. Because they're not there to announce their engagement because they were asked that question. It was really awkward.
He's just promoting his book.
Right. Yeah. Now, also, well, let's see this argument, and then I want to ask you about Donald Trump Jr., who has lost an inordinate amount of weight. Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
Mr. Trump, a lot of Americans in politics miss character, and a lot of people miss the soul of this country. You and your family have hurt a lot of people and put a lot of people through a lot of pain, including the Khan family, who is a Gold Star family that I think should be respected for the loss of their son. Does all of this make you feel good?
I don't think any of that makes me feel good, but I do think that we got into this because we wanted to do what's right for America. My father has been working tirelessly to bring back the American dream, who've watched politicians with no business experience send that American dream abroad to countries that hate our guts. He's brought jobs back. He's created unprecedented levels of unemployment numbers for African Americans, for Hispanic Americans. This is fact. You can argue that this is fact.
No, it's not fact.
For women, if you ask the question, let me finish it.
Yep.
For women, all-time high startup businesses. So I understand that he's controversial. I understand that he's offended a lot of people, but I also understand he took on the establishment, and that's the premier sin in American politics these days, to do that.
I do want to know, the question, I understand.
By the way, I'm not happy that people interpret it that way. I don't think that's our intention.
Character in and again, I will let you speak. Character in politics, I believe, is important. It was how I was raised. It's the way I view the lens of America. And I understand what you're saying about policy, but when you're talking about attacking Gold Star families who have given the ultimate sacrifice more than any of in this room have given, and you put them through pain, does it make you feel like
and I know he does a lot with Gold Star
it?
families, and he calls a lot of those Gold Star families, and he has a lot of care for those people. But when he's under constant attack by the same people, when he's under attack by the establishment, when he's under attack by this, the reality is this: he's a counterpuncher. And as a conservative, I would hope that you would appreciate that conservatives haven't been known for fighting back for a very long time. They've ceded ground to the liberals and the liberal elite for decades by not actually fighting back. So I understand we can keep going back to character. I think he has great character. I think my family has character.
Her father.
I understand that, and I'm sorry about that. And they did have differences. I agree with that.
But I think just
and again, I'm sorry for the loss. I think you lost your aunt last night, so I do apologize for that as well.
Last night. Yes, I did.
McCain, Morgan.
Thank you. It's just, for me,
oh my God.
It would not have been worth it.
People, like,
this would not have been worth it. And I think people can go to the moment when my dad had stopped someone from saying Obama was a Muslim, and the pain, inflicting pain on so many people wouldn't have been worth it to me or my family to the White House. So I just want to know, is it worth it?
Well, listen, I think it depends on the hat that I'm wearing.
Pause it. Can I just say that, like, I want to make it clear what Meghan McCain is saying. To inflict pain upon people with rhetoric is the world's greatest sin. Mm-hmm. To inflict pain upon them by perhaps a series of policies or involving bombs, not so bad.
That's less bad.
I remind you, her dad was the one who sang "Bomb, Bomb, 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 Iran," which is by
Character.
a lot of measures
It's a real show character.
not exactly the most statesman-like thing to do.
Yeah.
When you are a sitting U.S. senator. I mean, it's like. It's bad enough that we could, you get up and you do like a song parody.
Right. Yeah.
But
That's
with
already right.
But for the song parody to call for the bombing of another country, like it's just a joke.
You're a Jew, correct?
And
Do you care about Israel? Because Joe Lieberman's like an
but
uncle
this
to
is
me.
what is sort of so stunning that she is brought to tears and she thinks she's making some type of like
She really-
broad point about the
Yeah.
She has a McCain necklace on.
goodness of a.
Yeah, she's wearing a little necklace that
she
just says
is.
McCain.
You can't make this up. It might as well say my father.
Right.
Women, the pain, inflicting pain on so many people wouldn't have been worth it to me or my family to the White House. So I just want to know, is it worth it?
Well, listen, I think it depends on the hat that I'm wearing. For me as a citizen, as a father of kids in New York City, it hasn't exactly been, peaches and cream for us either. But what, it is worth it when I do go around the country and I see people who are affected by these policies, who are getting to live their American dream again, who are seeing wage growth for the lowest levels go up. When I see it happening with those people and they tell me their stories, how they're so happy that they voted for my father, that they're so happy that he actually had the guts to take on those people, to not just accept the status quo, to not just...
The answer is yes, it's worth it.
Yes, the answer is it's worth it, right?
She looked in the mirror that day and was like, I am not going to let him get to me.
I also I don't know.
Accomplished.
I mean, this is you can ask this about so much that happens on television, but I don't know what sort of response she was hoping to get from him,
or who she was playing to in
Who
the
she
audience.
was-
I think it was just sort of I think that she was being completely sincere in
Yes.
that approach.
Yeah.
Because she conflates with her hurt feelings about him being critical of her dad with real material immiseration by
Right.
people. So it's like she wasn't talking about policy. No, I get the tax cuts.
Yeah.
And I get the whole thing where you're destroying the immigration system, and I get where you're putting kids, in cages and then kidnapping them and
then-
separating
then
them from their
separating them.
parents, perhaps for the rest of their lives. That I get.
Yeah.
But the meanness
Yes.
towards
So how do exactly?
my dad.
It's like, let me just say that, I'm sorry and whatnot. It's
not
kind of
peaches and
being
cream.
you're sort of being a bitch, but my dad's helped a lot of bitches in terms of the job market.
You do
and
not.
other things and such.
Let me just add, you do not get that sallow
Yeah.
as we are seeing. Like,
Whoa.
if
Can I ask you a question?
there's
as a
a
Jew?
reason why he's got that beard.
There's a reason. Can I ask
Because
you a
I
question?
think if we saw how sallow his cheeks were,
Yeah.
there would be people would start to have a conversation about what is this guy doing to lose this kind of weight?
Right.
Could I just
He's also just a weak-chinned
well
man.
hold on
That's
1 second.
true. But there's more going on. You can start to see it now in the eyes.
Yeah.
Because that's him with makeup. That's him with makeup.
right, that's-
and I've seen
yeah,
this
yeah.
before,
Yeah.
where the eyes start to recede back in. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe he's got a health issue.
Maybe he got into his dad's fen-fen.
It's honestly.
Stop taking
it's
my
something-
dad's
it's
supplements.
something.
I hate. How could my dad be racist?
I don't think
Fucking
it's that.
she's Puerto Rican. PR. Michael Jackson babysat me, and we are welcomed in the family. And I'm sorry, Megan, that your dad didn't cut it in the competition, but